We are discussing a few question and answer in computer science. First is, what is software architecture? Software architecture. Software architecture is the overall structure of the program or your software. So software architecture of a program or a computing system is a structure of structures of system which comprises software components, the externally visible properties of those components, and the relationship between them. So software architecture is the overall structure of the program where components and the interaction between the components, relationship between the components are being shown. Like you choose, say, let me give you an example, that you choose MVC architecture, client server architecture. Okay, this MVC architecture, MVP architecture, or various architecture are there, 2-tier, and N-tier, and 3-tier. There are various architecture in model view controller architecture, especially used for web application. How you are going to interact means you present user with a user interface, and then there has to be a controller which is going to control the view as well as the model, and this view will be used for the graphic elements, means whatever is being is to be showed on the user interface is decided or is being decided at view, but the controller is controlling, and this model is having a data interface. So the model will be taking care of the processing and the data. It will be controlled by the controller, and then the view will be shown here. So this is how model view controller. There are various architecture. This is, I'm just giving an example so that you can understand what exactly your software architecture is. Then the software design. What is software design? Software design, because it is intermediary between your requirement analysis and this requirement analysis, and then you have coding. Most of the people, they understand coding is the actual program, actual software or software development is the actual SDLC, software development lifecycle. But a proper SDLC, it consists of requirement analysis, then coding. In between you have design. So what you do in design is you are converting in the requirement analysis you have a problem domain. You are transferring or transforming the problem domain to the solution domain in the design. And once you make the design, then you are going to make the code out of this design. This is the design. The design is a process of problem solving and planning for software solution. After the purpose and specification of software are determined, software developers will design or employ designers to develop a plan for a solution. So it includes low-level component and algorithm implementation issues as well as the architecture view. So design consists of majority 4 parts. First is your architecture. Then that is the architecture design, and then you have component design. Then you have user interface design, and then the data design. Here you tell the data structure. User interface means how the user interface is going to be and how it is going to interact with the components. Components are the major parts, which will be there in the system. And architecture, how these components are going to interact with each other. This is the software design. What is open source software? The software with its code open to you is open source software. So it is a computer software with its source code made available with license, in which copyright holder provides right to study, change, and distribute the software to anyone and for any purpose. What is web application? In computing, any application is which solves your problem, which serves your problem. Okay. Any application is which applies some processing or logic to solve your query, to solve your business logic or business requirement. So web application is that application which is on the web. Web means the processing will be through web technologies. So web application or web app is a client service application with the client user interface runs in a web browser or some custom made client. If you can make custom client like a browser. And then the processing is done at the server. Means you have, say, Apache server, web server. You can have an application server also. Application server. So the user interface is your, say, browser, and then whatever you do here is the processing is done at the server end. The processing can be done on the client also if you use this JavaScript and all the JavaScript jQuery environment. But if you want some server-side scripting, you can use the PHP and JSP and ASP, etc. Why web application? The question arises, why a web application? See, web application is any application that uses a web browser as a client. So web application are popular because it is ubiquitous. You can just use your web browser to communicate, to process. And the convenience of using this web browser as a client to update and maintain web application without distributing and installing software on potentially thousands of client servers and maintaining them. So this is a key reason for the popularity, as the inherent support for the cross-platform compatibility that you find in the browsers. Next question is, what is MySQL? MySQL is now owned by Oracle Corporation. So this MySQL, previously it was called as MyDB, MySQL DB. So this is written in C and C++. This is a relational database management system, and this is free and open source. So it is available in GPL format, and some are proprietary also if you want the support. So MySQL is an open source RDBMS, relational database management system. It is the world's second most widely used RDBMS. This is very important. Even Facebook uses it. And the most widely used open source client server model RDBMS. Means in the open source series, this is the most widely used. The SQL abbreviation stands for Structured Query Language. The MySQL development project has made its source code available under the terms of GNU GPL, as we just saw, as well as under a variety of proprietary agreements, as I indicated here. So what makes MySQL so popular? MySQL is a popular choice of database for using web application, as in central component of widely used LAMP. You use LAMP if you are using Linux, WAMP if you are using Windows, XAMPP also. So here, all these M you see here, they are nothing but the MySQL support. So we have a central component, widely used LAMP, WAMP, XAMPP, open source web application software stack, AMP. LAMP is an acronym, say, for Linux, Apache, MySQL, and P can be Perl, Python, PHP. So free software, open source project that require a full featured database management system, they often use the MySQL. So who uses MySQL? Applications that use the MySQL are Typo3, Modex, Joomla, WordPress, PHPDB, MyBB, Drupal. They are the software which are using MySQL. MySQL is also used in many high-profile, large-scale websites, including the Google, not in searches, Facebook, Twitter, Flickr, and YouTube. What is HTML5? HTML5. This is the latest version of HTML, that is a markup language used for structuring and presenting content on the World Wide Web. So this is the 5th and current version of HTML standard. Why HTML? What is the difference from HTML4? See, HTML4 came around 13-14 years back when HTML5 came into existence. HTML5 was developed to solve compatibility problems that affect the current HTML4. One of the biggest difference between HTML5 and previous version is the HTML5 would require some proprietary plugins and APIs. For example, Adobe Flash to play your videos. This is why the web page that was built and tested one browser may not lead or load correctly in another browser. So these are the differences. HTML5 has inbuilt video support, audio support, and 3D support. That is, you can use Canvas, HTML Canvas for 3D support, video, audio, Canvas. And now the structuring is proper. You don't have this div, etc. You have proper header, just like a document you make in your Word. Header, footer, body, and the paragraphs, etc. And the support of CSS3, cascading style sheet, it has made the HTML5 very exciting and very wanted for being used. So why HTML5? As I just said, it provides one common interface to make loading element easier. It has no dependency on any proprietary or any other external plugins. There is no need to install a Flash plugin in HTML5 because the element will run by itself. So one of the design goals for HTML5 is to support for multimedia and mobile devices. A new syntactic feature was introduced to support the video, audio, and canvas tags. Then PHP. What is PHP? PHP is preprocessor hypertext, preprocessor PHP. This P stands for PHP actually, and hypertext preprocessor. Okay, this is a recursive definition. So PHP is a server-side scripting language, just like your JSP and ASP, designed for web development, but also used as a general purpose language. Please understand, it is not only for web. It is general purpose programming language because it is C-like language. You will find all the content of C here. Means it is just like C. So it was originally created by Rasmus Ledov in 1994. The PHP reference implementation is now produced by the PHP group. So PHP originally stood for PHP Personal Home Page, but now it has a recursive acronym, back acronym actually, PHP Hypertext Preprocessor. What are the key points or key important features of PHP? As we said, PHP is an acronym for PHP Hypertext Preprocessor. It is widely used, open source, very important, open source scripting language. PHP scripts are executed on this server. PHP is free to download and use. It can interact with your database. PHP is very light, very fast than the JSP and ASP. And you can understand that PHP is used in your Facebook, YouTube, you can understand the power of PHP. So PHP, as we said, is widely used open source general purpose scripting language that is specially suited for web development and can be embedded into HTML. Now CSS, Cascading Style Sheet. CSS is a style sheet language used for describing the presentation of a document written in a markup language. So if you plan to make a HTML5 page, and you want to make it the state of the art or the best in the view, various colors, various transition and the animation, etc., you can use this CSS, Cascading Style Sheet, and of course 3. What is JavaScript? JavaScript is again a cross-platform object-oriented scripting language. People say that it is object-based language because everything is object in JavaScript. Even the date is an object. Everything is an object. So it is a small and lightweight language. Inside a host environment, for example, a web browser, JavaScript can be connected to objects of its environment to produce programmatic control over them. So if you want to provide the programmatic control on the web browser or the HTML page, then you can use the JavaScript. So a scripting language which was developed by Netscape to enable web authors to design interactive sites. Interaction with the user is possible now. Although it shares name of the features and structures of the full Java language, it was developed independently. So it has very less to do with the Java programming language. JavaScript can interact with HTML source code, enabling web authors to spice up their sites with the dynamic content. So JavaScript is endorsed by a number of software companies and is an open language that anyone can use without purchasing a license. That is how it is important. It is open for you. It is supported by most of the web browsers. You name and JavaScript is supported. So what is web server? Web server is a program that uses HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, to serve the files from web pages to the users in response to their request. So this is a request response service. Means HTTP, request response services, and web servers is attending to the request and performs the response, and which are forwarded by their computers, HTTP clients. Dedicated computers and appliances may be referred as the web servers as well. Web server, as we say that Apache is a web server, IIS is a web server, and there is a difference between a web server and application server. Application server is a set in which you can have a web server as a subset. So application program has all the business logic along with your web server. For example, we talk about Java Beans. So if someone is saying that I have made a web server now and I have support from EJB, then it is not possible because EJB can only be contained inside an application server, not the web server. Web server is only for HTTP request handling. Now the question comes, what is cohesion and coupling? The difference between cohesion and coupling. So these are the design issues mainly. Cohesion is a measure that defines the degree of interdependability within elements of a module. So if you have a module, there are a number of elements. How they are interdependent means how much functional strength is there within them. So the greater the cohesion, the better is the program design. So cohesion is the qualitative indication of the degree to which the module focuses on just one thing. Again, cohesion is a qualitative indication of the degree to, you have to speak like this, degree to which the module focuses on just one thing. Cohesion is an indicator of relative functional strength. It is relative to the functional strength of the module. So cohesion is the single-mindedness of a component. Cohesion implies that the component or a class encapsulate only attributes and operations that are closely related to one another and to the class or component itself, not to some other cause. Coupling. Coupling is a measure that defines the level of that is, previously it was intra. Intra means inside. Inter means between modules. So dependability among modules of a program. This is coupling. So it tells us what level the module interface and interact with each other. The lower the coupling, the better your design is and the better your program is. So coupling is a qualitative indication of the degree to which a module is connected to one another and to the outside world. So coupling is the indication of relative interdependency among different modules. So coupling is an indication of interconnection among different modules in a software structure. It is a qualitative measure of the degree to which classes are connected to each other. It is a qualitative measure of the degree to which classes are connected to one another. As class or the component become more interdependent, coupling increases. An important objective in component level design is to keep this coupling as low as possible. What is verification and validation? Verification, let us see this. Verification refers to the set of tasks that ensure that the software correctly implements a specific function. While the validation refers to the different set of tasks that ensure that the software has been built in and it is traceable to the customer requirement. Okay. Then the verification and validation one-line definition is: are we building the product right? And validation says: are we building the right product? That is what is required by the user. Then what is ISO 9000? ISO 9000 they are the set of international standards on QMS, quality management system, and quality assurance developed to help companies effectively document the quality system elements to be implemented and to maintain a efficient quality system. They are not specific to any industry and they are generic. They can be applied to organization of any size. ISO 9000 is a series of standards developed and published by International Organization of Standardization. They define, establish and maintain an effective quality system for manufacturing and service industries. ISO 9000 standard is most widely known and has perhaps had the most impact of the 13,000 standards published by the ISO. ISO has more than 13,000 standards. So it serves many different industries and organizations as a guide to quality product, services and management. Standards in ISO 9000, we have the latest one, that is the ISO 9001-2015. This sets out the requirements of quality management system. So this is about quality management system. The most important part of 9001-2015 is that it includes the risk-based thinking, RBT, risk-based thinking, and it is also based on PDCA, Plan, Do, Check, Act, and it is also made such that it can easily comprehend with the other standards of the ISO. ISO 9000-2015, this covers the basic concepts and language. ISO 9004-2009 focuses on how to make a quality management system more efficient and effective. ISO 19011-2011, these are the guidelines on external and internal audits of quality management system. I'm just giving you some of them. There are so many available. What are web services? Web services provides a standard means of interoperating between software applications running on a variety of platforms and frameworks. You have a Java application, you have a C# application. Now you want to communicate between them. So you have a web service for that. Web services are characterized by their great interoperability and extensibility as well as their machine processable description thanks to use of XML, because web services are basically essentially made on XML. What is reliability? Reliability can be defined as the probability that a system will produce correct output at some given point t. So it can be computed as e to the power minus t by mtbf. Okay. What is availability then? Availability is the probability. Reliability is also the probability. Availability means the probability that the system is operational at a given point of time. So the amount of time a device is actually operating as the percentage of total time it should be operating. Availability of the module, say, is the percentage of time when the system is operational. Availability of hardware and software module can be obtained using this formula. Availability is equal to mtbf by mtbf plus mttr. IEEE documentation. Are you aware of IEEE documentation? Let us see a few of them. See, 730 is for quality assurance, 828 for software configuration management, 8 to 9 for test documentation, 830 for SRS, 1012 for verification validation, 1008 is for unit testing, 1016 is for design, 1058 is for project management, 1063 is for user documentation. There are so many, I've just highlighted few of them which are important. UML diagrams. Mention the UML diagram. You can learn it by UACSC TCSD. UACSC TCSD. How? Use case diagram, U. Activity diagram, class diagram, sequence diagram, communication diagram. C is again repeated, so UACSC. So this is class, this is communication. T is for timing diagram, component diagram, state diagram, and the state time diagram and the deployment diagram. What is Capability Maturity Model Integration, CMMI? This is a process improvement training and appraisal program and service administered and marketed by CMU, Carnegie Mellon University. CMU claims CMMI can be used to guide processes improvement over a project division or an entire organization. Currently the version is 1.3. So these are the various maturity levels. I, M, D, Q, O. You can learn it by this, or I, R, D. In various books it is given like this. Initial means processes are unpredictable, poorly controlled, and reactive. R or M means they are repeatable. That means they are applied. There is a project management, with a project, not with the organization, but with a certain project. So this is managed. That means processes are characterized for projects and is often reactive. This is again reactive. Now we come to the defined level. Now the processes are. We have a organization project management. This is project management at the organization level. Okay. So the processes are characterized for the organization, and now this has become proactive. Projects tailor their processes from the organization standards. Then we have quantitatively managed. ID, MO or QO, quantitatively managed. So we have processes measured and controlled. Optimizing means focus is because already we have a controlled and measured processes. Now the thing is to improve. How to improve the processes? What is polymorphism? Polymorphism is a kind of interface which programming language provides for the interface, so that depending upon the invocation, it reacts differently with the same interface. So polymorphism refers to the programming language ability to process object differently depending upon their data type or class. That is polymorphism. You can also say that same name, different work. Same name, different work. Then this polymorphism is in C++. We can use the function overloading and this operator overloading to implement the polymorphism. What is SRS document? Software requirement document. We have just seen 830 about this. IEEE 830. So SRS is a description of software system to be developed. It lays out the functional and non-functional requirement and may include a set of use cases that describe user interaction and the software must provide. So apart from this functional and non-functional requirement, it also contains the constraint. So it is actually the contract between the developer and the customer. What is SDD? Software design description. This is also known as software design document. As I said, we have just seen 1016, IEEE 1016 we use for it. This is a written description of software product. This is a written description of the software product that a software designer writes in order to give a software development team overall guidance to the architecture of the software project. So SDD usually accompanies the architecture diagram with pointers to the detailed feature specification of smaller pieces of the design. What is QM or quality manual? Usually, for ISOs and various other quality management system, if you want that to be done in your organization, you use this quality manual, you write this quality manual. This quality manual requires documentation of the organization quality policy, which is the position that the organization take to in regard of quality. So it also requires specific measurable quality objectives and the documents such as standard operating procedures of various function areas. What is hardware software testing? System testing of software or hardware is testing conducted on a complete integrated system to evaluate the system compliance with its specific requirement. So system testing falls in the scope of black box testing. Somebody may say I will use the white box. He is more than welcome, but mostly the black box testing scenario is here, and that means it requires no knowledge of the inner design of the code or logic. So any independent verification validation person or the agency can also do it. What is user manual? User manual, also known as the user guide or user's guide. So this is the manual. This is a technical communication document intended to give assistance to people using a particular system. What is soft computing? These are the collection of methodologies like artificial neural network, the fuzzy logic, the genetic algorithm, the the others like the computation, evolutionary computation. So these methodologies which aim to exploit the tolerance for imprecision, uncertainty, and partial truth to achieve the robustness, tractability, and low cost. Difference between bitrate and baud rate. Bitrate is what? Bitrate is measured as the number of data bits transmitted per second in a communication channel. Baud rate is measured as the number of times a signal state is changed. That is the number of symbols which are passing through unit time in a channel. That is the number of times a signal changes. So bitrate is measured in the number of data bits like zeros and ones transmitted in one second. So a figure of say 2400 bits means 2400 zeros and ones can be transmitted in 1 second. So that is why it is the BPS, bit per second. While the baud rate by definition means the number of times a signal in a communication channel changes its state, number of symbols which are passed. What is RS-232? This is a serial port. This is a serial port is an interface that allows PC to transmit or receive data 1 bit at a time. 1 bit at a time. So this is a standard. Already it is a standard for serial communication transmission of data. So the standard defines the electrical characteristics, timing of the signals, the meaning of the signal, and the physical size and pinout of the connectors. That is, say it gives you around 20 kbps for 15 meter. What is bitrate? Bitrate also known as you might have seen about the 20 Mbps and say 1 Gbps. All these are bitrates. So this bitrate, sometimes written as bitrate or as a variable r in the number of bits, that are conveyed or processed per unit of time. So the speed with which the data can be transmitted from one device to another. And this bitrate, as we go to the electronics, it depends on the noise, is depend upon the bandwidth of the channel, noise, bandwidth. So these are the things on which the bitrate is dependent. If you see the Nyquist and Shannon capacity, you will see that bitrate depends on noise and the bandwidth. What is graphics rendering? Rendering is the process of generating an image from 2D to 3D. This is just rendering. Or models in what collectively could be called as a scene file by means of computer programs. Also, the result of such model can be called as a rendering. So now, what is 3D rendering? 3D rendering is the 3D computer graphic process of automatically converting the 3D wireframe models in a 2D images with a 3D photorealistic effect or non-photorealistic rendering on a computer. That is the shading, the textures and everything, so that you may realize a 2D as a 3D. What is image rendering? The rendering is the process of generating an image from 2D to 3D, as we know, by means of computer program. And this is only doing it for image is the image rendering. So in a 3D graphic design, rendering is the process of adding shading, color and illumination, lamination to a 2D or 3D wireframe in order to create lifelike images on a screen. So shading, coloring and texturing. So this rendering may be done ahead of time, that is pre-rendering, as it can be done on the fly or in real time also. So real-time rendering is often used for 3D video games, which require a high level of interactivity with the player. So pre-rendering, which is CPU intensive, but can be used to create more realistic image, which is typically used in movie creations. So these are a few questions on your computer science. Thank you so much. Take care.